community center.
Call you back.
I have a couple of neighbors who want to, yes. Welcome everybody for today's meeting, Thursday, March 16th, 2023. Roll call, please.
Mayor Alma Beltran,
Present.
Councilwoman Juanita Molina,
Present.
Councilman Diego Garza,
Present.
Councilwoman Sabrina Rodriguez,
Present.
Councilwoman Catherine Solorio,
Present.
and Treasurer Michelle Lopez.
Please rise for the flag salute.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So, I think you have a presentation to
Yes.
do, Sonia.
I think the first item that we have here is recognition of Employee of the Quarter. So this year, we are starting with,
I just got a text, they're sick, they can't see it on live yet, and it's still buffering on the computer, so I think the internet's just a little bit slow. Give me a minute.
sure.
How about the speakers?
It's the internet,
It's the internet's just
That's because
buffering.
I didn't hear you when you,
because
Can I
it's
hear
the
you?
internet.
I said I just couldn't hear you. Not the mic,
Oh,
not the internet.
you couldn't hear that.
I couldn't hear you.
Is it still?
I'm gonna log out and try it again.
But it shouldn't affect the speakers.
No, it's the internet. Excellent condition, everything's connected, it's just buffering.
You can upload it later on,
Yeah, it's recording.
then there shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
So we have Employee of the Quarter, and for our first quarter, what we did is we have our department heads, they nominate employees for Employee of the Quarter. And the first employee I want to start with is the nomination for Parlier Academy of Excellence. That was the first nomination that came in. And Debbie Cardenas, she nominated Yuri Campos. So let me tell you what Debbie said. So Debbie said that she wanted to nominate Yuri Campos for several reasons, that she stepped into the position of teacher upon classroom teacher having to go on medical leave, upon the classroom teacher having to go on medical leave for an extended period of time. Yuri never once complained of the work that was imposed on her. She has gone up and beyond her duties, assisting others, coworkers, never being asked without being asked. Yuri does what needs to be done, never saying, "That's not my job." She's respectful, and she speaks respectfully to parents, coworkers, and most importantly, to the children. She ensures children feel valued, safe, important, and loved. She was able to maintain a well-structured classroom. Yuri has ensured children's needs were met in all areas and continues to do so. Children were able to transition with the change easily because of her positive nature. Yuri presents a warm, caring, and friendly demeanor at all times. Yuri, in the area of professional conduct, maintains confidentiality of children and families. She has a good relationship with fellow coworkers, always speaking respectfully and in a respectful tone, uses tact when speaking with others, listening to others, never confrontational, seeks assistance and assists others when needed. She's a team player, always willing to help out other staff when needed. She is one who looks at what is best for the center, for the children before her own needs. She arrives to work on time when scheduled. She gives ample notices for absences and ensure that the classroom is prepared in the event that she is out for any reason. So Debbie said it was her pleasure to nominate Yuri Campos. Debbie, can you please come up and say a few words about your nomination? Yuri, can you please come up? Please.
I know I'm probably making Yudi blush, but in reality, all my staff is awesome. But yeah, she just goes up and beyond. Well, Parlier Academy's been open since the year 2000. We've had over 1,900 students go through our doors. We continue to operate throughout COVID. My girls have been working diligently to make sure that we have just classrooms sanitized, cleaned, ensured that we have proper lesson plans for our kids, activities that are going. Like I said, my staff is amazing. Come and visit us sometime. And also with Yudi, like I said, she's amazing. My staff is amazing, but she does go up and beyond when we're asked. So thank you, Yudi.
Thank you.
The next is Public Works. And the nomination for Public Works is Miguel Gonzalez. Yep. And David Del Bosque, Public Works Director, nominated him. David, come on up. Says he is hardworking, willing to learn. He's got a great attitude, always ready to work. He's raised the bar on work ethics, respect to his coworkers, residents, and management. He comes to work and willing to get the work done. He's got a great attitude while staying safe and organized. He's willing to learn and takes direction well. Mike has a great attitude, seems excited to be at work and accomplishes his work duties. He's proven to me he's reliable and dependable. Example, anytime I have called Mike out for standby or any job task I ask of him, he always gets it done. If Mike needs help or has a question or concern, he will communicate that with me and still gets the job done.
It's been good since I came to Public Works as a director. I've been here for 7 years now. I started off at the wastewater treatment plant, and Mike's one of our new hires, and so I've known Mike for a long time. We have another gentleman that started not too long ago also, but it's been really good for him, when he comes to work with his attitude. Let's get it done. He wants to learn everything. He's willing to have people teach him, instruct, and then him go out and do it himself. So I think Mike has a long future here with the city of Parlier. It's been a big help to us. And yeah, I just want to tell him congratulations. You earned it, man.
Before you move on, I'd like to add that actually Mike has been here a lot longer.
Yes.
Through another agency, and he's been here how many years?
I want to say about 15 years doing the
Yeah.
landscaping out here.
So he's a new hire to the city of Parlier, but he has been working with the city for 15 years.
I do want to say thank you very much to Beto Lanzo. He's been teaching me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you do. And our officer from PD isn't here, but we'll get him at the next meeting. He's sick. He's not in today. So that's all we have. And I want to thank all the departments who participated. But it's recording.
Yeah. It's not working still? But it's recording?
Yeah, it should be.
Then we'll just upload it. It'll be uploaded tomorrow
I can do it afterward.
after this. Yeah. So our internet is not working with the live stream. So she'll be uploading it later on today because of the internet. Okay. All right.
We forgot to do deletions.
The what?
Deletions.
Oh, we have, when we get to that actual item, then that's when
Okay.
I'll pull it. Okay, so now we go on to public comments. I have one for Aurora Martinez.
Good evening, Council. My name is Aurora Martinez. I live on 423 I Street. First of all, I want to thank Public Works. They did an outstanding job with the rain. My area on corner of Merced and I Street was completely flooded. I don't think any of you council members, I don't know if you've seen it or saw it. It was 4 inches underwater. We couldn't even get off our cars because it was already going onto our yards. So that was really scary. I mean, they were out there. Public Works worked really hard. So, I mean, they deserve, I guess, what they got because I know I saw them in action. But my concern is still the flooding. We never had it that bad. It was always on J Street in Tuolumne. This year, we were following that and we noticed there was no flooding as much as our area. And we've never had flooding there. So I kind of want, I think, direct this to the engineer. Does he know why? Was there additional drainages put there, or why was there more now in our area? Because we had 2 houses completely go into their yards. And also because I've heard a lot of comments about working on J Street, working on repairing over there, but nothing's being said about I Street and Merced where that was totally flooded. So I need to know if you are looking at that area, because I did see surveyors over there, but I've never seen nobody in our area. And that was the worst part of town.
Aurora, I just have a question. Has it always been like that?
No,
Okay,
that's
so
why
then,
we're
so
kind
it was
of
because
concerned.
of the storm that we had.
Well,
'cause-
no, but the concern was this. We've gone some flooding, but not to the extreme that it did this year.
Yeah.
And yet over there on Tuolumne and J Street, there was no flooding compared to us.
Well,
So that's why my question is
Yeah.
kind of what happened there?
you want to go ahead?
Yeah, so this year, I'm not sure if you heard on the news, but we've received historical rain.
No, I understand. that.
The rains we're receiving now, we haven't seen here in 50 years. So the rains that you're used to are not anywhere near compared to what we're getting right now. And we are handling the flooding on Merced right now with Public Works. But your area was always prone to flooding. It just never experienced this type of rain. So you never seen it before.
Yeah, but my question is this, is why did we have such extreme flooding in our area, but the norm has always flooded on Tuolumne and J Street? So was there, and this is my question, was there drainages put in there, extra drainages that we weren't aware of? Because I mean, I really don't pay attention sometimes, that this year they didn't have that much flooding, but we did. And then are they going to be worked on first if that's the case, and we left behind? Because I know this money can't work on the sewage, the drainages, because this is fresh water. So I know that money can be used on that, because I work for that department, so I know exactly how that money can be used. So what monies are going to be used to make the drainage, and what phases are they going to have, and who's going to be the first phase? Is it going to be going this year because of where it was extreme, where it wasn't? That, I think those are my questions.
Yeah, so we 2 years ago we developed a stormwater master plan, and out of that we did a study, and we found your area is prone to flooding, and the area in Merced was
But I
even
think that
more.
master plan has issued Tuolumne and Jay as primary. And then secondary was Merced and I.
Yeah, so to answer your question, it'll answer your question. We last year received a grant from the California Department of Natural Resources for urban flooding, $3.5 million, and I Street is one of the places we designed to have a DI because it's missing a DI there. Water takes too long to travel to the DI downstream.
Well, we have like 5 blocks going to
Yeah,
my corner
yeah.
house.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think they can attest to that. We have literally, we were out there in the rain and we were seeing where all these draining, all this runnage was coming to that one corner house.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The time is up. You actually went over.
Can you get to me? I want to know where, I mean, specifically the phases. and
Would
how
you,
it's gonna
you would
work.
need to set an appointment with Sonia and then she can call him in because he's not here every day. He's not a staff member. Okay? Yeah. So you can set an appointment. Okay. Anybody else?
Good evening, City Council members in the cities of Parlier. My name is Fernando Banuelos, and I'm here to ask the City Council to put some items on the agenda for the next meeting. And they're as follows. Number 1, the City of Parlier is experiencing a deficit. As taxpayers, I'm asking the following. The positions of David Beltran, why is he receiving close to $70,000 when he was receiving $35,000? When the average citizen in Parlier is receiving $34,000, who voted for him? What is his job description? The city can no longer sustain people as himself to be employed when we are at a deficit, close to about 68,000. Number 2, the mayor's credit card records for the past 4 years. The reason for that, because there's been extensive expenditures, and I would like to look at those records. Number 3, and I have nothing against you. I think you're great, Mr. Costanzo. Why is Mr. Costanzo still in the job where he's only the mayor's favor and not the city's interest? He constantly deceives the citizens of Parlier, and there's a lot of deception, and that's what I'm asking for. Thank you, and I hope we can get a vote to put that in the next agenda.
Neil, can you address the personnel policies and how that's not public record?
According to the Browns Act, I can put that even though it's in the public act.
Okay.
I really appreciate it if you can study the Browns Act.
No, I think you need to study it. Go ahead. What his request about, of course, it's always about attacking me. It's never about really looking at what's the best interest of the city. I have nothing to hide, and it's been a 9-year challenge with you all the time. You know, you ran against me twice, and you're still upset, I guess. I know you've been saying that you wanted to have a recount because you don't believe I won fairly. But at the end of the day, staff is none of your concern. It is staff that deal with that here. He has been working for the city of Parlier for 17 years. And so therefore, way before I came into office, you are done. You already said what you had to say. Now, Neil, you can answer that, please.
Well, you can't put a personnel matter on an open session agenda, number 1. So we could not discuss that item, David Beltran. The other item, I think, is answered by a request for the records that you want, and we will provide those records.
You could do a public records request.
Last one I didn't quite understand, frankly. So.
Okay, so then anybody else? No? Okay, so then we move on to the next item, and that's consent calendar. We're pulling item number 3, so we're not bringing it back at all, or just deleting it?
Deleting it.
Okay, well, deleting item number 3. Do I have a motion to delete? Motion by Sabrina. Do you have a second? Second by Juanita. Who was first? Sabrina. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried, 5 yes. And who was second? Janie? Okay, so now we move on to regular business, which is, oh, I'm sorry. Do you guys have anything to pull? You don't have any questions on item number 1 or 2?
I don't.
Okay, so do we have a motion to approve item 1 and 2?
A motion to approve.
Diego, and second by Sabrina. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries, 5 yes. Sabrina. Yeah. Okay. Regular business? Neil?
This is consideration and necessary action on a proposal by Greenbrier LLC to amend Section 9B2 of the Disposition and Development Agreement, under which they provide, under which they operate as a licensed cannabis dealer. Mayor, members of the council, as the council is aware, there's some background that goes along with the question that's being raised here, and I'll bore you at the expense of letting the people know how we got here and what the background is. The law relating to cannabis, as far as this issue is concerned, is basically that the city has the ability to allow or not to allow a licensed cannabis dealer within its boundaries. Here we have a contract with Greenbrier LLC. The contract basically provides for revenue-raising fees payable to the city. And the contractual provision at issue here is found at Section 9B of the contract, which is in 2 subdivisions. Subdivision 1 sets out a formula for a square footage charge against the business, and basically it starts out at $10 per square foot up to, I believe, 5,000 square feet. Then it falls down steadily until you get up to 40,000 square feet, where it's $2 per square foot. And then there is an alternative provision, and the alternative provision basically says that Greenbrier pays a revenue-raising fee in the amount of 2% of its gross revenues, or gross receipts. The amount payable to the city is the higher of the 2 alternatives. The contract provides for that 2% to be renegotiated every 5 years, beginning on the date on which the regulatory permit was first issued, through the end of the term of the contract, and this is a 25-year term contract. So we began negotiations with Greenbrier on or about November 15. We exchanged various proposals for changing that percentage amount, and at the time we set this percentage amount, the legalization of marijuana was accomplished by a proposition on the November 2016 ballot. And we entered into this contract on or about December of 2017. At that point in time, there were very few, if any, contracts in the area from which we could compare and determine what an appropriate amount was. So we set it at 2%, and we included this provision in the contract to renegotiate or reassess or adjust that 2% number according to what we're able to negotiate. So we proposed initially, I believe, something above 6%. At one point, we were proposing 10%. We came down ultimately to 4%. And we have essentially hit a stalemate. Greenbrier's proposal in response to our 4% proposal was a 3% proposal with a minimum of $400,000 per year payable under that percentage formula. At the time, this was being negotiated through staff, and staff had the authority to agree to the 4%, but we did not have authority to agree to the 3%, and we told Greenbrier we would have to bring that back to the city council for the city council to.
Okay, we're having issues again with the live stream, so I think they want to stop, to restart, and then we can pick up again.